Then let me prove it. She was quiet for a long time. Then, what if it works? What if you pull off this deal and prove you can still function in the business world? Then maybe we have a future. Maybe this curse doesn't have to define us. And if it doesn't work, if the degradation is too fast, if you shake Richard Brennan's hand and his watch crumbles and his suit falls apart and he thinks you're some kind of freak, then we figure out plan B. There is no plan B, Liam. This is it. This is the test. And I'm terrified you're going to fail and it's going to break you completely. I'm already broken. No, you're cursed. There's a difference. Friday arrived. Liam dressed in his best suit, reinforced, layered, designed to last. His gloves were invisible unless you looked closely. His handshake, he'd practiced, would be firm but brief. 3 seconds maximum. That's all he needed. Sarah drove him to the meeting. They sat in the car outside the building. "You can do this," she said. "I hope so. I know so. You're Liam Chen. You built a company from nothing. You can handle one handshake." He wanted to kiss her, wanted to pull her close and feel her strength, but he couldn't, so he just looked at her, memorized her face, her belief in him. "I love you," he said. "I love you too. Now go. And Liam, don't touch anything you don't have to." The meeting was in a conference room, glass walls, modern furniture. Richard Brennan was exactly what Liam expected. 60, expensive suit, firm handshake kind of guy. David was there, his safety net, his backup. "Liam, good to finally meet you in person." Richard extended his hand. This was it, the moment. Liam shook his hand, firm, brief, 3 seconds. Richard smiled. "Good grip. I like that." No degradation, no crumbling. The gloves worked. They sat, discussed terms, numbers, strategy. Liam was careful, touched nothing directly, used pens David provided, drank from a disposable cup, kept his hands mostly still. 2 hours later, the deal was done. Pending legal review, NextGen would merge with Brennan Industries. Liam had pulled it off. Richard stood, extended his hand again. "Partners?" Liam shook, 4 seconds this time. Richard's watch flickered, just once, a brief malfunction, but then it stabilized. Damn digital watches, always glitching. Liam smiled, relief flooding through him. It worked. He'd done it. But as Richard left, Liam noticed the door handle, where Richard had grabbed it, slightly tarnished, minutely degraded, not from Richard's touch, from residual effect. Liam's handshake had left trace degradation that transferred to whatever Richard touched next. It was subtle, probably unnoticeable, but it was there. The curse hadn't been managed, it had been delayed. And delay wasn't a cure. The deal went through. Liam was now worth $3 billion on paper. It should have been cause for celebration. Instead, it highlighted how hollow success felt when you couldn't share it. Sarah tried to be happy for him, congratulated him, suggested they do something special to celebrate. Like what? I can't go to restaurants, can't travel, can't touch you. What exactly are we celebrating? Your success, your resilience, the fact that you proved this curse doesn't control you. Doesn't it though? Sarah, I can't live normally. I can't touch anything without destroying it. The meeting worked because I was careful and lucky, but luck runs out. So what are you saying? I'm saying maybe we need to accept reality. I'm cursed, that's not changing, and asking you to live in this half-life with me is cruel. She stood up, walked to the window, stared out at the city. Do you want to break up? No, but I want you to have a real life. My real life includes you. A version of me you can't touch, can't be intimate with, can't build a normal future. Sarah, you deserve better. Better than the man I love? There isn't better, there's just different. Then maybe you need different. She turned, her eyes were furious. Don't you dare make this decision for me. I chose you, curse and all. I'm still choosing you. The question is whether you're choosing me back, or whether you're so wrapped up in self-pity that you can't see what we actually have. What do we have, honestly? We have love, real love, the kind that doesn't need touch to exist. Yes, I miss physical intimacy, miss holding your hand and feeling your arms around me, but I'd rather have this, distance and all, than not have you at all. Even if this is forever? Even if this is forever. Her certainty broke something in him. All the walls he'd built, all the distance he'd maintained to protect her, it crumbled. I don't know how to love you like this. I don't know how to be a partner when I can't partner, when every interaction is calculated and careful and distant. Then we learn together. We find new ways. We redefine what love looks like. How? I don't know yet, but we figure it out. That's what people do. They adapt. Over the following months, they did adapt. But adaptation required sacrifice, compromise, painful choices about what mattered. They gave up dreams of children. How could Liam hold a baby? How could he be a father who couldn't touch his child? They gave up traditional romance. Date nights became video calls from different rooms. Anniversaries were marked with words, not gifts. Gifts degraded too quickly. They gave up privacy. They needed help. Nurses who could assist with things Liam couldn't do himself. Friends who understood and helped bridge the gap. It was a strange life, isolating, difficult, but they built something, not what they'd planned, something different, something uniquely theirs. 6 months into the curse, Sarah got an opportunity, dream job in London, international marketing director for a major firm, everything she'd worked toward. It required relocation, immediately, for at least 3 years. She told Liam over dinner, their careful, separated dinner, "I'm not taking it." "Why not?" "Because you're here. Sarah, this is your career, your dream. My dream is us. This job is just a job. Don't do that. Don't minimize what you've earned because of me. I'm not. I'm choosing you. There's a difference. You shouldn't have to choose. Everyone chooses. Every relationship requires choices. Mine is staying here with you. What if I came with you?" She looked at him, hope and fear mixed in her eyes. "Could you, realistically?" "I could try. The company's stable. David can run things. I could work remotely from anywhere." "And your doctors? Your support system?" "London has doctors. We'd build a new support system." "Liam, are you serious? You'd move across the world for my job?" "You've sacrificed everything from my curse. Let me sacrifice something for your dream." But the reality was complicated. Moving meant new doctors who wouldn't understand, new spaces to curse and degrade, new challenges in a foreign city. They researched for weeks, looked at options, tried to make it work. In the end, the logistics were impossible. Liam's condition required too much specialized care, too many accommodations, too much support. Sarah turned down the job. Liam watched her make the call, watched her professional dreams die in a 3-minute conversation, and hated himself for being the reason. "I'm sorry," he said after she hung up. "Don't be. You gave up your dream for me. I chose my priority. There's a difference." "Is there?" She came and sat near him, their standard distance, close enough to talk, far enough to be safe. "Liam, listen to me. Really listen. I could have that job and be miserable, successful and lonely, or I can have you and build a different kind of life. I'm choosing you, not because I have to, because I want to." "Even though I can't give you what you need? You give me what matters. Love, partnership, understanding. The fact that I can't touch you doesn't change that I want to wake up next to you every day. But don't you miss it, the physical connection? Every single day, every single moment, but missing something doesn't mean I'd trade what I have to get it back." Her words should have been comforting. Instead, they highlighted his failure. He couldn't give her the basic human need for touch, for physical intimacy, for the warmth of another person. That night, alone in his room, Liam researched.
hours of internet diving, looking for answers, cures, solutions, anything. He found nothing medical, nothing scientific, but he found stories, myths, legends. King Midas wasn't the only cursed figure in history. There were others, people who destroyed, who poisoned, who brought ruin. And in those stories, there was sometimes a solution, not a cure, but an adaptation, a way to live with the curse instead of being destroyed by it. One myth stuck with him, a woman cursed to turn everything she touched to ice. She couldn't cure the curse, but she learning to channel it, use it, transform it from a limitation into a tool. What if Liam could do the same? What if instead of fighting the curse, he worked with it? The idea came to him at 3 a.m. Insane, impossible, but maybe. He couldn't create, but he could destroy. Selectively, precisely. What if degradation wasn't just random? What if he could control it? He started experimenting, testing his touch on different materials, observing how the degradation worked. Electronics died instantly, metals tarnished, organic materials decomposed, but the rate varied, the effect varied. He learned to modulate, not stop, he couldn't stop, but slow it, speed it up, direct it. It took weeks, months, careful experimentation, but slowly he gained control. He could touch a phone and instead of destroying it completely, just corrupt specific apps. Touch a document and age only certain sections. Touch material and degrade it in patterns. It wasn't creation, but it was controlled destruction, and controlled destruction had value. He applied it to art first, took expensive materials and degraded them into something new, aged wood into beautiful patterns, tarnished metal into unique designs, turned pristine into weathered in ways that were striking, beautiful. An art dealer saw his work. This is incredible. How do you create these effects? Trade secret. I'll buy everything you have. Name your price. Liam sold his first pieces for $100,000, not because he needed money, he was already rich, but because it proved something. His curse had value. His touch, which destroyed, could also create. He showed it to Sarah. She stared at the art. This is what you've been working on? Do you like it? It's beautiful, haunting. How did you... I used the curse. Instead of fighting it, I channeled it, turned destruction into creation. Liam, this changes everything. Does it? You found purpose in the curse. You're not just managing it, you're using it. That's huge. But the bigger revelation came later. If he could control the degradation in materials, could he control it in relationships? He started small, tested boundaries. Instead of avoiding all touch, he tried brief, controlled contact. Seconds, milliseconds, just enough to connect without destroying. He touched Sarah's hand. 1 second. Her ring tarnished slightly, but didn't crumble. He held her face. 2 seconds. Her earrings dulled, but she was okay. They kissed. 3 seconds. Her necklace degraded, but the kiss was real. It wasn't perfect. Everything she wore still suffered. Her clothes, her jewelry, her possessions. But she didn't care. I'll wear cheap clothes, she said. I'll give up jewelry. I don't care about any of it if it means I can touch you. They developed a system. She wore things meant to be destroyed, disposable, replaceable, and he touched her, briefly, carefully, but he touched her. It was a compromise, not a solution, but it was more than they had. The wedding happened 1 year after the curse began. Small ceremony, immediate family only. Sarah wore a wedding dress from a thrift store, $50, meant to degrade. When Liam touched her to slide on the ring, the dress started falling apart, the fabric fraying, the seams splitting. She laughed. Actually laughed. Guess we'll need to make this quick. They said their vows fast, kissed for 5 seconds, long enough to mean something, short enough that her dress didn't completely disintegrate. By the end of the ceremony, her dress was ruined, her bouquet was wilted, her shoes were falling apart. But she was his wife, and he was her husband, curse and all.